Tonight, several developing stories as we come on the air. The Mueller report out soon. The Attorney General telling Congress in a new letter everyone will soon be able to read it on their own. Nearly 400 pages. Late today, President Trump saying he has nothing to hide. The severe weather threat, flood watches, damaging hail, and that system moving east tonight. D.C. to New York, all the way to Boston. A junior high coach under investigation. The video shocking. The coach heard threatening to stomp her on the concrete if she doesn't comply. New reports about what caused that Boeing 737 MAX 8 to slam into the ground, killing all 157 people on board. The final moments in the cockpit, and now the direct link to that first fatal flight. Tonight, the Boeing fleet still grounded. When will those planes be back in the air? The YouTube mom in court accused of abusing some of her adopted children and making hundreds of thousands of dollars while forcing them to perform in viral videos. A new volcano eruption, officials raising the threat level. Tonight, the warning for residents and tourists. And the plea to drivers after a deputy's violent close call. What authorities want you to know.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. I'm Cecilia Vega in for David. It is great to have you with us on this busy Friday night. We begin with breaking news on the Mueller report, and it is what Congress and millions of Americans have been demanding. After releasing just a 4-page summary late today, Attorney General William Barr told Congress that he will issue a redacted version of the nearly 400-page report by mid-April, saying everyone will soon read it. President Trump claiming all week the report vindicates him despite not having seen it. He now insists he has nothing to hide, but the Attorney General says there are no plans for the White House to get a first look. So how soon will America see it? ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, leads us off.
The Attorney General says the world will soon see the Mueller report. In a letter to congressional leaders, he writes, "I share your desire to ensure that Congress and the public have the opportunity to read the special counsel's report. Everyone will soon be able to read it on their own."
Well, I have great confidence in the Attorney General, and if that's what he'd like to do, I have nothing to hide.
The Attorney General says the report is nearly 400 pages long and will be released by mid-April. There will be redactions. He says he will work with Robert Mueller to black out anything classified or subject to grand jury secrecy and information that, quote, would unduly infringe on the personal privacy and reputational interests of peripheral third parties. But Barr does not plan to get the president's sign-off, writing, "There are no plans to submit the report to the White House for a privileged review." This comes as President Trump is celebrating the principal findings released by Barr on Sunday.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead. The collusion delusion is over.
Now the president is on the counterattack against Democrats who want to continue investigating.
The Democrats have to now decide whether they will continue defrauding the public with ridiculous partisan investigations, or whether they will apologize to the American people and join us to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure.
And John Karl joins us now from the White House. John, President Trump is also making news tonight on immigration. He is threatening to close the southern border next week if Mexico does not block migrants from entering the U.S. Let's take a listen.
So Mexico's tough. They can stop them, but they chose not to. Now they're going to stop them. And if they don't stop them, we're closing the border. They'll close it, and we'll keep it closed for a long time. I'm not playing games.
And John, it didn't take long. Mexico fired right back.
The Mexican foreign minister put out a terse statement saying, quote, "Mexico does not act on the basis of threats." And Cecilia, shutting down that border, even for a short period of time, would have serious economic repercussions. An average of $1.7 billion worth of goods cross back and forth across that border every single day.
Okay, John Karl leading us off tonight. Thank you. We're going to turn now to those severe storms in the Midwest. The system moving east this weekend. Heavy rain and new threats of flooding in a region still recovering from the last major storm. And signs of winter, sorry, not over yet. Heavy snow covering Interstate 80 near North Platte, Nebraska. Let's go right to ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. Hey, Rob.
All right, Cecilia, as you just showed, it's a bit of a mess weather-wise in middle America, and this storm is only going to strengthen as it moves off to the east. Look at the radar tonight. We're seeing rains across the flood zones of Iowa and southern parts of Minnesota. Also, some storms firing in Kansas, and we'll see more tonight, I think, across parts of Oklahoma. Those could be severe with big hail and big wind, and then snow's dropping in through Denver. A lot of cold air behind this, a lot of warm air ahead of it. We'll feel that across the East Coast tomorrow, and the rains will fire across middle Tennessee and through the Ohio River Valley, and then this cold front slowly pushes across the East Coast, the big cities, through midday on Sunday, turning colder with some slow clearing late in the day towards Monday. Cecilia?
We know you'll be tracking it all. Okay, Rob, thanks. Tonight's other major headline, investigators finding a fatal connection linking the two deadly crashes that grounded Boeing's fleet of MAX jets. And we are now learning just what those black boxes revealed about the moment that Ethiopian Airlines flight made its final nosedive. A similar issue taking down that Lion Air jet. Boeing now says its new software fix is ready and waiting for FAA approval. Here's ABC's David Curley.
For the first time tonight, a direct connection between the two Boeing 737 MAX crashes, both jets dipping and dramatically pulling up, a wild ride as pilots fought an automated safety system. Two sources telling ABC News the preliminary black box data shows an anti-stall system that misfired in the Lion Air crash in October was also activated in the Ethiopian Airlines crash 3 weeks ago. That Ethiopian captain, according to published reports, calls out in a panicky voice, "Break, break, request back to home, request vector for landing," before crashing. That anti-stall system, called MCAS, pushes the nose down aggressively. It had been the subject of bulletins and directives. Ethiopian Airlines saying the captain had received updated training.
Why didn't their training work? They were trained after the Lion Air accident. Why didn't they go to their training, stop it, and land the aircraft safely?
With the fleet grounded, Boeing's MCAS software update is expected to be approved by the FAA next week. It will make MCAS harder to misfire and easier for pilots to recover. American Airlines' top 737 pilot tested the software.
They've put some checks and balances in the system now that will make the system much better.
No concerns whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
Okay, David Curley joining us now from Reagan Airport. David, as you've been reporting, the FAA is expected to approve this software fix next week. Any idea how soon those planes might be back in the air?
Well, at least American Airlines says that they have to train up their pilots once there is certification of the software and then get the planes back up in the air. They say it could be another 2 weeks after certification, Cecilia.
On this story from the very beginning. David, thank you. We'll turn next to the junior high school coach under investigation tonight in Louisiana. Video showing him forcefully restraining a 14-year-old female student, and he can be heard threatening to stomp her. ABC's Lindsay Davis has more.
An aggressive takedown caught on camera and now under investigation.
You're gonna be still, I'm gonna thump your on this concrete.
You can hear the shrieks of riled up students at Ponchatoula Junior High School in Louisiana as this man, reported to be a coach, puts his knee in a student's chest to restrain her. The female student repeatedly yells for him to let her go. All watch as another man grabs her foot and leg, dragging her on the ground.
Calm down, and I'm gonna let you up.
Her mother is now speaking out.
It just traumatized her. Like she's having a hard time. She doesn't feel safe.
The superintendent of schools released a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened by the incident on the video. This behavior does not represent the expectations we have for the adults and students on our campus."
The video does not capture what happened leading up to the incident. The school has now launched a full investigation. Cecilia.
Lindsay Davis, thank you. We'll turn now to a swatting case making national headlines. A defendant in California sentenced to 20 years in prison for making phony 911 calls across the country. One of those calls leading to the deadly police shooting of an innocent man about 1,400 miles away. Here's ABC's Will Carr.
Tonight, the man behind this prank 911 call.
I shot him in the head and he's not breathing anymore.
Sentenced today to 20 years behind bars after pleading guilty for a swatting prank that turned deadly.
I already poured gasoline all over the house. I might just set it on fire.
Tyler Barris has admitted to swatting, calling authorities and triggering SWAT teams across the country to surround the homes of unwitting victims.
Walk this way!
In 2017, Barris thought he was swatting the home of a video game rival after a fight over a bet for $1.50. But police swarmed Andrew Finch's home, an innocent man with no connection to the game. He was shot and killed by police who thought he was reaching for a gun.
There are no words to express the toll it's taken.
Finch's family now wants the police department held accountable, while prosecutors in Kansas hope Barris's stiff sentence sends the message that swatting is no game.
It's not a joke to swat other people.
Swatting is a growing problem across the country. It can be a federal crime with a max penalty of life behind bars. Cecilia.
Okay, Will, thank you. Tonight, a new headline in that college admissions cheating scandal. More than a dozen mothers and fathers appearing in a Boston courtroom today. The parents among 33 charged in connection with the $25 million bribery scheme to get their children into elite schools. One father allegedly asking the accused mastermind about the risk of getting caught. Here's ABC's Whit Johnson.
A revolving door at the Boston courthouse. 13 wealthy parents accused of paying big bribes to get their kids into top colleges.
Did you cheat to get your kids into college?
Among those charged today, Augustine Hunias, Napa Valley vineyard owner.
I really wanted to be able to kind of show these three wines together.
Prosecutors say Hunias paid the scheme's alleged mastermind, Rick Singer, $50,000 to both inflate his daughter's SAT score and to bribe her into USC as a fake water polo recruit, using this photo of someone else. Hunias allegedly asked Singer, "Is there any risk that this thing blows up in my face?" The nationwide sting also sweeping up Margie Clapper, co-founder of jewelry business M&M Bling, and Michelle Janavs, whose family created the famous snack Hot Pockets. Accused of paying $100,000 to boost her daughter's ACT score and get her into USC as a bogus volleyball recruit.
Michelle, did your daughter really play beach volleyball? Next week, we'll see the last wave of defendants here in Boston, including actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. But I was inside the courtroom yesterday when a U.S. attorney made clear that this investigation is ongoing and they are not ruling out more charges. Cecilia?
A lot of questions still. Okay, Whit, thank you. We'll turn overseas now with the tangled mess that is Brexit. Prime Minister Theresa May suffering a third embarrassing defeat there in Parliament, leaving Britain on the brink of economic chaos. Thousands of pro-Brexit demonstrators took to the streets demanding Parliament approve a deal to leave the European Union. So what happens now? Here's ABC's senior foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, reporting in from London.
Anger and division on the streets of London. These are the people who voted for Britain to exit the European Union almost 3 years ago, so-called Brexit. This was the day it was supposed to happen, but the deadline came and went without agreement.
Why are so many people out in the streets of London?
Well, we're here to support democracy, because it's being ignored by the people in that building over there.
Tens of thousands of people have taken to the streets of London. They feel angry and betrayed by what's just happened in Parliament behind me. Britain has rarely looked so divided.
For the third time in a row, politicians today failed to agree on what the exit agreement should look like, so Brexit is postponed.
The noes have it, the noes have it.
Handing yet another humiliating defeat to Prime Minister Theresa May. She's now so desperate to get this deal through, she's even offered to resign. Those who voted to stay in the European Union are also angry. Last weekend, hundreds of thousands of them also took to the streets. Brexit was supposed to bring Britain together, but it's only driven people further apart.
There are now three main possibilities: leaving without a deal, which could be disastrous for the country, no Brexit, or more delay. None of these will quell the anger, and tonight Britain is in deep political crisis with no obvious way forward. Cecilia?
Ian Pannell, thank you. We'll turn back here at home now. A first court appearance for the mother from a popular YouTube show accused of abusing several of her adopted children when they didn't perform well in her YouTube videos. And authorities now say she may have earned hundreds of thousands of dollars from those videos at her children's expense. Here's ABC's Adrian Bankert.
Tonight, the mom accused of abusing at least 5 of her 7 adopted children in an Arizona courtroom, handcuffed and in a wheelchair.
Full waiver reading, enter not guilty plea, Judge.
Michelle Hobson facing 30 egregious counts. The 48-year-old allegedly forcing some of her kids to take ice baths, beating them with hangers, and even pepper spraying them for failing to remember their lines for the Fantastic Adventures YouTube series. The channel had more than 250 million views and 800,000 subscribers. The kids claim they were taken out of school to film the videos.
Oh yeah? You're hungry?